Good morning, YouTube. It was a great night's sleep. Great night's sleep. We went to bed early. I think we went to bed probably around 11. Anyways, I think it's about 5:30 now. And we got storms that we're going to be driving through, so we need to be moving.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So we'll go out here and see what's going on in the parking lot. Oh yeah. It is a nice day out already. Not a chill in the air, but you can see these clouds that are moving in. I don't know what Heidi did with all the keys. I can't shut all this stuff off. All the truck drivers hit the road. All but one, it looks like. So, here's a little trick. Tip the guy that runs security in the parking lot. There's a security guard that was driving around last night. And he was making his rounds. He was just in a pickup truck. And, yeah, we stopped him and said, "Hey, you guys, you're the one that takes care of security out here?" He said, "Yeah." And Heidi slipped him a bill. Honestly, I don't know what she paid him. I think she gave him a $20 bill. And she says, "Can you keep an eye on our RV? It's kind of like got all our stuff in it in our truck." And it's funny because when we came out from the casino, he was patrolling. He was patrolling down through here and driving around the back of our RV and then going back up again. Although there's nothing really down there except that van. He was definitely patrolling the area around our stuff, so that was kind of nice. Heidi walked up to, she says, "Hey, I want some coffee," and I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, just, we'll turn off the air." We did have the air on all night last night. I said, I'll turn off the air so we don't have to worry about the generator kicking off or anything like that. And she said, "Maybe I'll just walk up because it's free coffee inside, complimentary coffee." I said, "That sounds like a good idea." I have no idea what they're building over here, but man, I don't know. I don't know if you can make this place much bigger. So we're gonna get on the road. Let me start pulling up. I just put the stabilizers down last night. I put the airbags up to level out the RV. I did loosen the weight distribution bars to allow some freedom, I guess you could say, of the again, I don't like to leave tension on the bars if I'm not driving. I think that it could potentially hurt something. But yeah, good night's sleep, and let's start a new day here. But it does look cloudy and there are storms, so I think it's going to take us, we might have to pull over a couple times if the rain gets real heavy. Some stuff coming up off the ocean that I'm concerned about, especially just past Galveston. Hopefully that stuff's all gone. You can see the red dot, that's where we're at. We're in Vinton, Louisiana, right on the border of Texas. And then we're going to go down through that area around Corpus Christi and ultimately down there to that little red dot. That's where we're going to end up today. For those of you who've been watching for a while, you guys remember my struggle of trying to make sure that I built this thing to where it stayed cool, nice and cool inside. And although I do have a fan in here, I still think that I don't need a fan any longer with the vent setup that we currently have, because these vents definitely a lot of air, let a lot of air circulate through here. I'm going to tell you that this is, when I say cool to the touch, I do mean it. It's actually cool to the touch. There's nothing going on here, and this is on the exhaust side. It's kind of nice. I don't know if you can tell, but this is the fill line here. And I want to see if I can see how much gas there's in here. Yeah, the gas line's right here. So we used from here to here of gas. It's not quite half. And we ran the air all night long. Again, more than all night long. We got here last night at 7, and it's now 6. So that's 12 hours worth of running, and the air was on all that time. Now, of course, it circulated on and off, but the fact that we had the air set to 66 inside should give you an idea. So, again, go back and watch the video on this if you haven't already, and you can see how I put this together. But this is definitely a nice, cool running setup for sure.
Welcome to Texas. We've been in Texas for a while now, and we still have quite a long ways to go. But yeah, this storm is one of those little pop-up deals. And I have to say, this highway is new. I don't know if they got the drainage quite right, because there's a couple spots in the highway that look like a little river crossing.
Yeah, there's a lot of water going to be laying on these roads.
Yeah, I'll have to say that this is our first lightning storm that we've seen this year. I can't remember the last one we seen last year. Yeah. We didn't see any in Florida. Well, you know, that hurricane came on shore, but anyways, this is why we run Rain-X, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't have to have the wipers on, but yeah, Rain-X, definitely the way to go. Okay, so rain it is. Still raining.
Yeah,
This is
traffic is super slow.
Yeah. Yeah, these roads, it's flooded pretty good, so
Yeah.
it only goes so fast. Yeah, I think that our ETA has changed probably by almost an hour because of running through all these little storms. And the wind. Sometimes this wind gets going really good. But we're just trekking along.
It's 11 a.m. and
Yeah.
it looks like 5 p.m.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to get to our location until probably about 3. We ain't ignore that.
Yeah.
Oh my. It's pretty good.
Like, stop.
Yeah, it's,
We're like,
yeah.
we're actually in a town.
Yeah. Town of
Oh my
Refugio.
God.
Hang on.
Jesus.
Hang on.
Getting inside our camper. Took that guy long enough to get over. Wow.
All right, so a couple of things. We still got about an hour and a half to go. The rain finally stopped. No, I don't even think it rained here at all. But you know how I've been talking about Pro Pride in the past and that hitch, and it being like overkill for the truck and the trailer? Well, we've got 25 mile per hour to 27 mile per hour winds that are hitting us from the side. And thank God we have that hitch, because the winds are so strong, they're hitting us kind of head on and at the side, that I have it in 7th gear, not 8th, not 9th, not 10th. I have it 7th. That's not an overdrive gear. And I have my foot to the floor, and I've had my foot to the floor for 6 miles. Yeah, about 6 miles. We're at 2,700 RPMs, and I'm at 73 miles an hour. That's all the faster I can get in this gear. Now, normally this gear just climbs all the way up. Even 8, the first overdrive, will climb quite a bit too. But I'm gonna try 8 to see what happens. But the wind hitting straight on is just, it's too much. And from the side also. So Heidi's gonna kind of show you in the mirror, I think, what's going on with the trailer behind us. Now this isn't just us. The tractor trailers.
I don't know if maybe I did it this way.
Yeah, we'll see if you can see. Right now I'm holding straight because, well, we actually have, look at all these bushes all of a sudden. We got a nice wind break at this point. I had to put it down to 7, I was slowing down. The wind just takes this thing, you can see. Now, don't get me wrong, it doesn't, the truck is not getting blown around so much.
Yeah, I don't, because you can't see anything unless I have the camera out the window.
Yeah, I mean, the truck is getting blown around by the wind like a truck would. But the trailer itself isn't really affecting the truck that much, which...
No, it's not whipping around or anything.
Yeah, it's totally under control. And I always kid around, famous last words. But no, I mean, I don't feel unsafe or anything. Now, there was another truck that was like ours that was towing a toy hauler, and not a fifth wheel, just a toy hauler travel trailer. And he obviously couldn't do the same speed as we did. It was a gasser. I think he had a 6.2 in it. But also his trailer, it looked like he was having a handful with it because he didn't have a ProPride on there. So ProPride hitches. The links down below in the description. We have dealt with Sean and Brent out there for some time now, and they're growing considerably. They built a new warehouse, and it's a good hitch. It does a really good job. You know, we lubricate it when we need to. We have one more lubrication that we have to do. We haven't done it in a while, but I just want you to be aware that if you're driving 77 south, go figure that out. It's 77. Down towards 169. You know, we're already through Corpus Christi, I believe. And anyways, the speed limit is 75 through here, and I got it up to 75 a couple times, but I decided to back it off and just keep it around 70, 72. And if it wasn't for this hitch, that would definitely be an issue. And before anybody says anything, if you haven't watched my videos on the truck and trailer and all that stuff, go back and look at them. The trailer tires are 1 load range higher, and they're rated to 85 miles an hour. So it's not unsafe back there. The tires are way overkill for the trailer. But I just thought I'd point that out. We're making our way, and like I said, we still have about an hour and a half. So we're definitely getting closer. Of course, here's Port of Brownsville, and you can see on the GPS here, let me get close enough, where the checkered flag is where we're going. And then to the right, you can see that black line. It looks like a squiggly black river. That's Mexico. So we're pretty far south. One thing you got to worry about with this park is there's not a lot of instruction. There's not a lot of guidance. So their phone system was down. The reservation you call, we had 3 different numbers. We couldn't call them. This is just to make even a reservation. So we got online, we made the reservation finally, and at no point did it say anywhere on there, hey, you need to stop at the office that is right past the KOA. So you see that big Pier 19 sign? That's kind of a KOA there. And this white place, as far as I can tell, is the office for that Isla Blanca, which this is RV parking. I'm pulled in the wrong way because I didn't want to go down here and do another U-turn just to pull in. Now, the park, I know you're not going to be able to see this, is all the way down past where those cars are making a right-hand turn right now. They're way past those flags. So we went all the way down there to be told, hey, you need to go to the office. What office? Yeah, all the way up here. The office is at least a quarter of a mile. Just to give you a heads up. And then when you're pulling in to the park, they got a shack and the top overhangs, so be careful. The shack gets real close to the RV. Oh, and they got these little metros running around, which is kind of cool. I have no want, no desire necessarily to show you this whole park, but I'm going to show you what it's like getting in here. So here's the deal. There's no map. They didn't give us a map. There's no signs that tell you where you're going or nothing. All I know is I got to go on Turner Street. Now I'm going the long way around here. And the reason is because the short way around is some pretty good trailer navigation skills. Swinging wide, cutting back, making a right. And I just told Heidi, I said, I'm just going to go all the way around and go back through the park that way. What a beautiful area, though. Look at all these people fishing. So off to the left here is our sites, and I don't know if they're good or bad, but so here's what I want to tell you about the sites, which you guys will see. You have to pull into the sites. When I say pull in, I mean you pull in nose first. Who in their right mind designs a park that you pull in nose first? So anyways, we made the big loop. We wanted to show you what it looks like here. The sites aren't nothing special. I think our site's pretty decent though, which you'll see obviously. And I think that, that's Dodson. I think that I'll like it once we get in there, but I'll tell you what, it's kind of goofy how they have it. One side of the road gets the back end. The other side of the road pulls in straight. My truck, I pull in straight, I unhook, and then I got to wiggle my truck out.
Well, at least that's what we think.
Yeah, so this is the road here. It's 25 mile per hour speed limit out here.
Holy cow, no wonder.
So anyways, this is our road, and you're going to see our site here, which is C148. And it's a dead end too. It's just really funny how this works. C138. I'm a little bit further down, and I gotta somehow, our sites, I'm pretty sure on this side. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go down here and somehow put it nose first, and our site's on the left. Well, look at the angle. Look at the angle of the thing. And this road's a dead end. It's not like you can go down here and do a turnaround and then go. It doesn't work that way. Oh my. This is gonna be good. We're gonna have some fun now. Let me tell you guys. Because I'm gonna use this whole, I'm using these sites and I'm turning around.
Yeah.
Alright, let me see if I can do a loop-de-loop here. Although there's not a lot of room. I'm gonna try it. Can you imagine if there were a lot of people here? It would be almost impossible. And even without a lot of people here, it's still impossible. Damn near impossible. Here, watch this. Okay, you ready? See how good I am with this, because I don't think that I can do this without hitting this guy's truck behind us.
Can we get out?
I'm good so far. Damn it, Mike. Go one more time. I need to get it. Why should we go worry about what we're doing? I gotta clear this rock that's here.
I'm just gonna get out.
We can walk.
I would suggest if you're uncomfortable about trying to wrangle your truck back out, that maybe you don't pick a site like this, because they're not all like this. But anyway, he got in, got out, so we'll just finish setting up. Probably won't be putting our awning out because it's pretty windy in here, but it feels so good. And there's some birds here that sound like a camera. I'll have to look that up. It's warm here. We're not complaining.
It's very nice. Very nice. See, I got that sheen going on. Perfect. So the thing that I wanted to talk about is pulling in the sight. Again, we'll show you. I mean, I got out. I had to wiggle to get out, but nonetheless got out. And the one thing that Heidi, which they never told us, we got to pay for electricity.
Doesn't say anywhere.
Yeah, it gives you a rate. You get a choice of water, sewer, electric, or just electric and water, I think. And you know, I don't know. It's just funny that if you I think I paid for a premium site, and if you click water, sewer, electric premium site, you know, you get your rate, your daily rate, your weekly rate, which was good. But then they charge you $15 and say, oh, that'll cover the electric most likely. If not, we have to settle up when you leave. Oh, that's the craziest thing. So anyways, we have the air going, we have the refrigerator going, and I've got the kilowatt hours being recorded, which again, if you guys didn't see my video, I hate talking about this over and over again, but some of you guys haven't seen this, or have, you know, I talked about it, but the autoformer, you can find all this in our Amazon store, and then the power watchdog that collects the autoformer. Now what the autoformer does is steals amps and makes volts. Basically that's what it is. So if I'm only using 45 amps in here right now running everything, which is ridiculous, I'm not using that much. There's 5 amps available to convert over to volts if the voltage is low here. It's just nice to have. So anyways, that's it in a nutshell. Again, I talked about it already in a video. But the thing that I like the most about it is the power watchdog itself. There's an app, and if you open the app, it connects and it tells you what's going on. You can see how many kilowatt hours I have used. I reset that since we got here, which you can see I just turned it on, and how many watts we're using currently, and then you can see the amperage. We're using 28, it looks like 30 amps. Looks like we're using 30 amps right now for both rooftop AC units, and then it shows line 1 and line 2. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, that's going to be nice because we can keep a track on the electricity we use also ourselves. So let's go outside and take a look at everything. Let me tell you that there's permanent people here or seasonal people here. The sites aren't the greatest, but we got
location.
Yeah, we got a good site, but lots of wind out here. I'm sure the microphone should take care of it. This is nice. This is all not you may get that side over there that don't have that. Well, I guess it does a little bit. Looks like they have a windbreak over there. That's kind of cool. But I know you can't see this, but there's a statue that's out there quite a ways, and you can see the ocean. That's it. I mean, it's the, you know, the port. Let me say that, but it's still the ocean. So pulled in straight on. Your utilities are on the other side. Do you have to do it this way? No, I guess not. You could put your slides and everything over this and then run your utilities underneath your vehicle, but nah. But I did wiggle out. I had to get a little creative, but I did get out of here. And then the water is just it's a disaster, this whole water hookup that I've got going on here. This looks like a junkyard, but you know what, I don't care. It's getting the job done. I'm not here for you know, a show. I'm here just to enjoy the weather. So there's a parking place for the truck over there, or I could park, if I wanted to, I could park over here, you know, in this spot here, or I could park behind the RV, which I'll show you here in a second. I just want to make sure that I lock up this here. And Heidi forgot to close the gray tank. I'm gonna go do that real quick. There we go. And we already closed the black tank. The reason I have this underneath here is because the sun, you can see, although it's hiding. I'd like to get that out of the sun also, but I don't know exactly how I have to do that. The site's very level. I didn't have to do anything, believe it or not. You don't think it would be, but it is on concrete. And then again, I could park here if I wanted to. But yeah, kind of a little patio area. Our awning really can't go out, which the wind has been strong enough, no big deal. And on top of that, this is the shade side, so we got plenty of shade. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool, but again, don't expect your sights to make sense. Now, if you're on that side of the road, yeah, but not on this side of the road. All I say is we made it, and we're in the warmth again. Thank God. Thinking back to what Ohio was like, and no chance of snow here today. What do you think about that? Flash flood. 2 to 5 inches over a short period of time. And look at all that rain coming in. Now, we had plans on leaving here Sunday, and once we left here, we were going to go to Falcon State Park. Looked like a nice little park, kind of unique hookups, close to the Mexican border. We were going to kind of skirt along the bottom of Texas for a little bit and then kind of head north. Well, plans change and the weather sometimes makes us change the plans. So seeing that there's going to be flash flood, and I'm going to tell you, after the flooding we seen whenever we drove down here, through those kind of rains, I do not want to experience that here. So we're going to go up to the office, see what their cancellation policy is, seeing how it's only Tuesday. So we would have been here today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 more days. Good news is we've seen a lot here, thanks to having our scooter and our bike, and Heidi's scooter initially. just some of the roads that we're driving on. Heidi's scooter doesn't have the bigger tires and off-road suspension, and it, you know, it's kind of like a commuting scooter, like you would use in the city on the sidewalks. You could use it in bike lanes, but they got to be really smooth and clean. That's not the way they are down here. I've ran over more metal stuff and glass and palm leaves and sand. So hers is a little bit rougher. So we got her bike out and she was riding her bike and I was riding my scooter. Basically, we got up. We haven't taken showers yet. We're going to do that after we pack up. We're packing everything up. It's very nice outside, very windy though. This has been a really good stay.
I wanted to give an update on the Rad Power bikes. I had sent several emails to Rad Power Bikes, and they didn't really go well. Nobody responded. Finally, some guy by the name of Robert responded, and he had a couple questions because he said they did send Daytona Adventures a couple wiring harnesses a few weeks back. So he asked me to get in touch with Daytona Adventures, which I did. I messaged them and they messaged me back and they said, yeah, they realized who they were for when they received them to replenish their stock. So they owed us $84. So Rad City, they finally, Robert actually we emailed each other back and forth. I carbon copied Daytona Adventures. Daytona Adventures was going to give me was going to give us the money back for the wiring harnesses since we paid for them, and then Rad City, they paid for the labor of the wiring harnesses, I should say. So we got all our money back except $40, and the $40 is because it was $20 a bike to get it back delivered back to Ormond Beach. So everything's square with them. It's just, you know, I kept sending messages replying to the open ticket and nobody was responding. Finally, I don't know if it got stuck in a loop or whatever, but anyway, so we're all squared up with them. It shouldn't have taken that long to respond to us when it was clearly not our fault, and it wasn't Daytona's Adventures' fault. They should better correspond with the dealers, because this all could have been taken care of the day that we dropped the bikes off. So anyway, that's my update.
So we want to record this while it's fresh in our heads, and this is going to be a kind of I'll do a condensed view of the park here. It's too much hassle for what it's worth. Yes, you have access to an incredible amount of beachfront. Lots of restaurants up and down. No Uber Eats. Parking seems to be okay. We feel safe here. I mean, I don't feel unsafe. Lock your stuff up. The park itself, I give you the good attributes. When the weather's nice, it's really nice. Of course, when the weather's bad, it can be really bad here. Each site's going to be different.
Right.
We obviously are on a site that used to be a seasonal or a yearly or something, because it is all laid out with its own landscaping and stuff like that. So you might get a site like that.
I think it says 2008.
Yeah, 2008, they did all this landscaping. There's a flagpole out there. There's a clothesline in the back there. I mean, obviously, it's a nice site. We like the site. The water pressure's fine. The water is borderline not good. It would kill our softeners and our filters pretty quick. The first negative is not being able to call in and get in hold of somebody. It's really hard. They say their phone systems are down. Their online ordering is kind of weird, because I was having a problem with the site showing up and not showing up. So then there's nothing that says that you have to stop, as far as I know, at an office that is over a quarter mile away on your way in. I mean, I seen KOA, a big KOA sign. We seen KOA campers. And I'm going to suggest, if you want to come explore the area, maybe you do that one.
I mean, I was looking at everything on the way in, and I
Yeah.
mean, they should have
Big, huge site.
check-in here.
Yeah, big check-in here. Once Heidi checked in at the office, at no point did they say, hey, you're going to pay for electricity. Anywhere in their reservation system that they're trying to refer you to because their phone system's a little wonky. So that was kind of odd. We checked the meter reading. We had to take a picture of the meter reading and give it to them, which is kind of funny. If I'm checking out, why don't they read the meter? You know, why would I have to read the meter?
The people before me.
Anyways, let's go back. That power watchdog is dead on. The exact kilowatt hour they charge us for is exactly. So it's kind of a checks and balances, because I know some of these parks may screw around with that. Okay, what was you saying now?
Well, the person before, the people that were after me checking in, they were coming up to the office because somebody didn't read their meter. So how's that work? So they had to report the meter.
Yeah, they had to come in and report.
They should have somebody driving around doing that. I mean, we're paying for that service, electricity.
Yeah, they charge. Okay, they charge you additional, which is not stated anywhere, for electricity. So.
And it was cheap. It was cheap enough. We didn't try to save it.
Yeah, we didn't. Well, we just flat out ran it all, and everything's fine.
The issue is when I was paying the $15 deposit, it was going to cost more for a credit card. So I thought, oh, I'll just pay cash.
Right.
And no terms did she ever tell me that if I paid cash, they were going to send me a check.
So here's the thing.
I mean,
that's the thing. They're going to charge. That was the next negative.
Yeah.
Is that we're checking out early, so we're going up there, and of course we're going to have a refund of some kind. Not only for the electricity, but on the sites for some level. Nothing. Okay, so we get no refund whatsoever, at all.
$63 a night.
How nice was that? That's ridiculous. Well, I told Heidi she should have told him, well, I have a 3% charge for any checks. You know, I get everything direct deposited. Why not? So that's goofy. Not only that, but your check will come in 6 to 8 weeks. What? That's crazy too. And there's no refund at all.
Yeah.
I thought there would be some. What did she say?
She said, nope.
And she said, did she tell you why?
She said, that's our policy.
Nice. So there's the third thing. So here's our policy as YouTubers. We can give you a summation of all of our experience here, and we can say, we like the site, this site, but don't expect to get this kind of site. There's other sites out there that are horrible. This one at least has shade. We have trees. There's some of them you're just out in the field.
Try to get C148 if you're coming here.
Yeah, C148. If you decide to do it. Okay, the beach is really nice, but the fact that you have side-by-sides that are flying through the park, not flying through the park, the speed limit as soon as we get to the end of the road is 25 miles an hour. And these guys with boats are in and out all the time. There's lots of visitors to the park. Lots of visitors. Lots, especially on the weekend.
3, 4, or 5 parking lots?
Right, and they're almost all of them populated.
They may even be a little bit further down.
And I'm not talking about people that are camping here. I'm talking about people coming to the park to enjoy the beach. So that's kind of our summation. And because of their poor call ability to where you can talk and ask questions. Oh, and when you check in, prepare to buy a house. Page 1. Here, Heidi, I'll flip through. There's backside of page 1. These are all initials and signatures. There's that page, there's that page, and that page. Now, of course, I didn't read any of that as far as cancellation.
No, there's no, it says right on it, there's no cancellation, unless it's 3 days prior to you arriving.
So, I'm telling you, don't come to the park.
Maybe visit it, definitely come to the park,
no,
not to the campground.
If you come to the campground, 2 days. Do 2 days, that way, in case the weather's crappy.
It's good. We had a good time. Don't think that we didn't.
But we didn't do much in the park.
No.
Everything was outside the park.
Yeah. We didn't actually, we only drove by the beach. We didn't go to the beach.
Yeah, it was way too crowded.
It is way too crowded, and there was no way we were putting our feet in the water. It's vicious out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing to do down here, these guys, I mean, they're full on kite surfing.
Yeah,
there's full blown kite surfing out there. I mean, 7, 8 people, and they're out there, and I mean they're full blown over the waves, jumping the whole thing, because it's so big. Just a different type of experience. We seen it, we did it, we're out of here. Let's get packed up before this storm and start heading north. The good news is, the really good news, when we leave here today, I'm going to have a 20-mile-per-hour tailwind. Thank God, because on the way down, I pushed the truck so hard. This stuff down here, you'll drive and just there'll be like a river across the road, and I mean, it's just crazy. And in the cities, the water, standing water that's on the side. I mean, this tractor trailer, when he went through, the rooster tails, or the wake that he was coming off his truck was over top of his cabs. I mean, it just looked like he was spraying out rockets of water on both sides of his truck driving through, and he was only doing like 40 miles an hour, but the water was so deep. Yeah, so anyways, out of here. We gotta get quit talking and get this done.
So we got all packed up and we're ready to head out. It's definitely a different way to set up camp. So here we go. It is so windy out. It was warm out today. They're good. That's cool.
Me and Heidi was just talking about how difficult it'd be to ride that blade all the way around, one full rotation. She said she'd get flung, so we'd get flung a long ways. But yeah, that's some serious. Just imagine what that tip speed is. Those things are trucking, man. That'd be crazy. Yeah, I don't think I would. I don't think I'd want to do that. But it is cool. They are cool.
Left to center.
Oh, left to center. Maybe I should be doing filming. So, I've got a problem with the RV that's unique. And it's that the front tires on both sides of the RV. Remember now, I have those torsion axles. Both tires are canted inward at the top. So the camber is positive. I'm pretty sure that's, I can't remember. I always get that screwed up. The camber is positive. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. But anyway, the bottom of the tires on the front axle only are out, and the tires are inward. Now,
they're within range of what they're supposed to travel. It's just the rear ones are straight. They're riding the way they should, and these are not. So normally I think that's, and it's true, the reason they do that is because there's more weight being applied on the front than the rear. That's the only way that that can happen. So I've got to figure out, is it because the weight distribution bars are putting more weight than necessary on the axles? Because the front one would kind of see it more than the rear. Especially if you're nose down slightly, which is the way I like to tow, is just slightly nose down, barely noticeable. Or is it because we've got some fresh water in there and we are also a little bit too heavy in the front? Or is it because the truck needs to be more level before the weight distribution is applied? I've got a bunch of stuff going through my head and I don't have an answer for it, to tell you the truth. I've played around with the torsion bars cranked up to, I'll just refer to it, 8 inches, which is something that we've never traveled at 8 inches, but only a couple times. How far we've jacked up those weight distribution bars on this Pro Pride hitch. Or, oh, and we also have taken the airbags and ran anywhere from 5 pounds pressure. I went all the way up to 57 pounds pressure, just to see if that made a difference. And then I took and ran 10 pounds of pressure in the airbags and put the weight distribution bars all the way down to 6, which is the lowest that we've traveled, is 6. And that didn't really make a difference. So then I added air pressure to that setting, and I've screwed around with it. And the only thing that we haven't done is take weight out of the front of the RV and shift it towards the back. So that's the only thing we can guess, is that the RV is maybe a little loaded heavy in the front. Now we have all of our clothes in the closet. Obviously, that's a pretty decent amount of weight. How much do you think that would be?
Probably 100, 150 pounds maybe.
Yeah. And then when we
end up
travel, we
end up putting everything in the front.
We do put a lot of stuff in the front. We have I don't know, about 3 gallons worth of water.
I guess when we stop next time,
water jugs.
Yeah, we have it. Yeah.
I mean, the water, now our freshwater tank, that's forward. And we probably have 10 gallons in there.
If that.
Yeah, I don't even know if we have that much. But the problem is we've traveled like that for a while now, and the tires, and these are the Goodyear Endurance tires we installed not that long ago, the tires are wearing on the inside prematurely. Of course, we can fix that by rotating tires, but I'd rather fix the problem that, you know, that they're pointed out. So I just want to touch base on that with you guys. We're trying to beat the rain. I'll tell you, going north out of South Padre, so much easier with the wind pushing you from behind.
We get an inspection for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they better not even tell us they smelled drugs on us.
Oh my God, that'd be funny.
Took our picture.
That's funny. They have our ID ready or nothing, but maybe they'll ask for it. Oh, the lights up here or something, whatever those are. That's kind of cool. Morning.
How y'all doing, sir?
Good.
Just the two of you?
Yeah, just us.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
looks like a little bit of rain action. Having deja vu again. But man, these storms are, we're running in between them. Just to be clear, we've seen, oh, I don't know, maybe 700 drops. 700 drops since we left South Padre, and it's been a while. And we're trying to beat a storm that hasn't quite made it here yet. And other than me being stationed in Texas, this is the first time in a long time for me, and probably the first time for Heidi, that we've seen cloud coverage, coverage over such a large area that you can see it. You can see all the way to your right, all the way to your left. Being in this big flat area, we don't, Ohio don't have those flat areas. Not this big for that long, miles on end. So it's kind of cool to see it all.
Sorry you have to see it from the inside of the truck.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we can get our butts out of this disaster.
Yeah, I'm doing a little bit faster. Well, I'm doing 70 right now.
He's doing the speed limit.
Yeah, I haven't gone over the speed limit. But speed limit's also 75.
So he's under.
Yeah, I'm under, but I've been teasing with it a little bit, just to.
So if we catch a tornado, we'll get back on here. So we arrived at Love's for the night, and this is our spot.
Did you want the generator running tonight?
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
You can always open the sore throat window.
Yeah. Yeah, the reason she calls it a sore throat window is because we always run the fan on and our throats get sore. But yeah, other than the trash, it's almost seamless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing.
Till we wake up in the middle of the night.
So what's
during
tonight's
the
low?
storm. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to put a jacket on. That's a pretty view over there, minus the gas station.
Yeah, let's see.
But I'm eyeing the Chicken Express minus McDonald's.
I don't even see if that's open, is it?
It says they're open till 10. It don't look like they're open.
So, oh my word. Are we in Riviera, Texas? Where? Oh, Comfort, Texas. So, today we have a 60% chance of storms. Wednesday, there's no chance. It just flat out says thunderstorms. Thursday, which we're not going to be here, thunderstorms. Friday, thunderstorms. Saturday, thunderstorms. Sunday, thunderstorms. Monday, thunderstorms. But tonight's low is 63. Look at that. Now, I don't understand, though. If you look at the maps, I don't see anything coming this way. Do you? I don't see where it's coming at. It's already past us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, still got a lot of... Look at... We are almost dead in the middle of Texas, guys. Look at that. Look at it. Look at that.
We missed all the storms. We had a little bit of rain.
Yeah, we went through one, but
Well, but it wasn't a
okay.
full-blown storm. So we're gonna shut it off for the night.
Yes.
We'll pick it up tomorrow.